Hi, I'm Brian Lobsher, the Sports Information Director here at Washington & Lee, and we're going to debut men's basketball this season at Washington & Lee 2013-14. Today is going to be our first post, and we're at Men's Basketball Media Day at the Salem Civic Center in Salem, Virginia. We're going to get some interactions between Coach Adam Hutchinson and the other coaches, and some other events surrounding Media Day. So I'm joined now by J.J. Nekoloff, the Assistant Commissioner of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, and he's going to give us an idea for what we're going to go through today, what sort of activities are planned here for Men's Basketball Media Day. Now, JJ, if you can talk just a little bit about what we've got planned for today.
Well, we've got all 12 of the men's basketball coaches here to talk with various media members, but also with the conference offices. We'll do some videos that we'll put on the website and share with the other schools. But this is basically the kickoff to the season, and a thank you also to the Rotary Club that's here. For those that don't know, the Rotary Club of Salem is huge in putting on the basketball tournament. Without them, we don't have the basketball tournament. So we're actually part of their program today, both this week and next week for the Women's Media Day, that we'll get in part of their meeting, have lunch with them, go through the beginning processes of their meeting themselves, and then the coaches will be the program as they will speak to the Rotary Club as a whole, giving little previews about their teams.
Okay, very good. Well, we appreciate a little bit of a look ahead of what we got planned for today. And
one of the things that always been impressed with your ball clubs is always seem to be fundamentally sound, which I think is important.
Well, you know, we've been fortunate over the years to have guys who, you know, consistent in working at the game, you know, so they work in the off season. You know, if we look fundamentally sound, it's probably because our guys, you know, put a lot of focus and effort into it over the long haul.
You guys have been very competitive. You've taken the program to a very competitive state, but it's hard to go over the next hurdle, you know, to win some more games or win a league title.
Yeah, it's hard.
Very hard.
It's hard, but, you know, that's all right. You know, I like the challenge, and, you know, I like the guys we have. I like who our team is right now, and so, you know, we're going to try again this year. How are you?
Dennis Carter.
Yeah, Dennis. How was your summer?
Quick. How about yours?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach, time for another year. Tell me, what did you lose from last year? Did you lose a lot of seniors, good players from last year?
Yeah, you know, we have some significant losses, the most significant of which is probably JDI. You know, you look at the numbers, and his impact on the game is probably greater than the numbers. But we kind of didn't lose him because he's moved over a seat. You know, he's working on staff with us now. So, you know, we still have his basketball knowledge and his impact with the guys. Yeah, you know, I think that it's probably going to be as maybe unpredictable as it's been. Now, the results might wind up being similar as years past. You don't know. But when you look at it on paper going in, you say, okay, you know, you got some inexperienced teams, you got people with new blood coming in, and so it's definitely going to make for must-watch basketball.
You do have a lot of guys back from last year, including last year's Rookie of the Year, Andrew Franz. Talk a little about what you expected out of him in year two and from some of your other guys as well.
I thought Andrew was pretty. He had a consistent upward trajectory through the course of last season. He was a better player, you know, week 2 than he was week 1. And so we want to see him continue that this year. You know, he's a happy-go-lucky kid, but he is focused on the task at hand. He's a hard worker. He's a good teammate. He's a better player now than he was at the end of last year. So we just want to see him continue that. But hey, I've been good with the sweets. No ice cream, no cookies, no, you know.
I can do almost everything but ice cream. Like, I can't.
Ice cream's hard.
I love ice cream.
You know, so Ben & Jerry's Vanilla Heath Bar Crunch is my ice cream, other than Breyers. I love Breyers.
Yeah.
But they stopped selling it here like 8 years ago. They just stopped selling it. You can scoot on by. And so I give up ice cream, and I look, and all of a sudden, they start selling Vanilla Heath Bar Crunch again.
You don't get it right away.
Yeah.
You have to get it to you in less than 24 hours. You might get it.
That's plenty of time.
You might get it in 8 hours. You might get it in 12, but you got to get it within 20.
If you do it yourself, you're not getting it in 24 hours. You know, like not after a game.
Right.
You know. Yeah. No, that's good stuff. So, 42.
I'll be 42 in November.
Yeah.
That's something, man. I've been letting it slide. Like, I need to get some excitement. That's something I want Alvin about. He's 31. You know, he's still young. Alvin. At least play once a week. At least do something every day. 10 minutes or something. You're still young enough. You don't have a family. So, you know, man, we go. Next thing you know,
6 months.
Turn into 6 months.
Yeah, easy.
I'm like, man, I haven't even done anything.
Yeah.
And then with this way our schedule is practicing.
You know know what happens when you get older. When you're younger, you could miss workouts, but you could go work out without hurting yourself. You could just be like, all right, I'm tired. You get older, you got to work out so you can work out. You know, like you can't, you know, like if I'm in shape, then I can get a decent workout in. But if I don't work out, I can't just go in the gym and be like, you know, oh, hey, I had,
hey, go get freedom, guys.
yo.
1, 2.
There you go.
We're good.
All right. Gracias.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks again for having us. Just to echo the previous comments, you know, coming here to Salem is always a highlight for me personally at the media day, and then, you know, if we're fortunate enough to come back in February for our team. You know, funny thing is how I've been thinking how quickly time goes. Paige is talking about 25 years. This is my 11th. And it's a real honor, I think, to establish relationships with the coaches who have been in this league. You know, from Dave, Rob, Don Burgess, you know, you go back to Bill and Bob, and trust me, there's a lot less pressure coming up here to make comments with, you know, Bill and Bob not preceding you, because they used to just shut the house down every time. It's been an interesting year for us as a basketball program. I quite frankly feel like there have been a lot of things I've learned about basketball just in the past year. A lot I've learned about people, a lot I've learned about myself just from the experiences we've had as a team. You get tempted to talk about, well, here's where we're different from last year. And sometimes it's hard to do, you know, because you may have a bunch of returners back. And so, you know, they got to improve in the offseason. But I have seen a tremendous difference in our guys. You know, sometimes dealing with guys who are 18, 19, 20, they're not as literal as we get later in life. So later in life, we understand cause and effect. I get up, I go to work, I get paid, you know. Sometimes younger folks don't always quite get it. But my guys have been really good with that stuff this year. You know, we had guys who wanted a bigger role than they had in the past, and instead of saying, well, I don't have a bigger role because coach doesn't like me, they said, oh, well, I'm going to get in the gym and work at it. And you see the benefits of it, or they see the benefits of it. I think our guys felt in years past that maybe we spent some time beating ourselves. And so they made a real effort in the offseason to buy in to valuing the little things. You know, let's not beat ourselves. Let's cut our turnovers. Let's box out better. Let's make sure we communicate in transition. And you hope, you believe as a coach that the little things add up to big things. And, you know, you always hope that your team understands that. And I think I see that with my team this year. When you look at us last year, you say, well, how do you replace a JDI? And, you know, I don't know. But I think I see signs of it with our guys. I think everybody's been a little more responsible, a little more focused. And, you know, this is really cool. Coaches out here could probably relate to this. It's a great thing when you walk in the gym and you're not the only voice correcting things. You know, when your guys are saying, hey, here's what we should have done, or let's get better at that, or let's play harder. And I think I'm seeing some signs of that. So this has been, by a sizable margin, the most enjoyable fall I've had as a coach. And I'm hoping that, you know, leads to a great winter as well. Thanks again for having us.
Joined by head coach Adam Hutchinson following ODAC Media Day 2013. Coach Hutchinson, what do you take away from today's events?
Mostly that I'm getting old. You know, you look up there and Paige has been there 25 years. I think Macito's been there 15 or 16, and I'm next. Beyond that, I mean, you know, the conference is going to be as tough as it's ever been. You know, probably going to be tougher because I think more teams are going to feel like they got a chance to move up in the standings. Fair amount of unpredictability. So, you know, we got our work cut out for us.
And then what's it like to be able to interact with the other coaches off the court, away from the court, and the stresses that can take place during the games, to be able to, you know, just kind of talk about your teams a little bit and enjoy a little bit of that fellowship?
You know, it's good to see them now because, you know, so often you only see each other when you're competing. and you don't have a chance to really establish a relationship then. But you get to see him in this setting, and you get a sense of, this guy's funny, or this guy's really, hey, how you doing? Is concerned about you, that kind of thing. So I appreciate that opportunity.
And then your team is picked tied for 8th in the preseason poll, and that's one of the big things that gets announced here at this event is the preseason coaches poll. And just a little bit about where you feel in terms of your team being picked there, and what that sort of tone does that set for your team heading into the season?
I don't know that I have much of an opinion on where we're picked. I really don't give it much thought. One of the things is I've taken away from talking to my guys this preseason is they've really stressed that they want the focus to be, let's be better tomorrow than we were today, and then keep that process throughout. So, looking too far ahead about, well, you picked here and where you're going to finish doesn't make any sense. What I really want to do today is get back to Lexington and have a really good practice.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Coach. We hope everybody out there enjoyed a behind-the-scenes look of ODAC Basketball Media Day.